For Transit TV News, I'm Tom Davis. French police cleared out, then bulldozed a squalid forest camp near the northern city of Calais on Tuesday, detaining hundreds of illegal immigrants who had hoped to slip across the English Channel into Britain.
Police in France are busy clearing out a massive illegal immigrant camp that was brimming with people who were trying to sneak into Britain. The settlement is known as the Jungle, and officials describe it as a base camp for human traffickers. Tuesday, police led hundreds of migrants, many of them children, to buses which took them to detention centers. Some wept openly as their arduous and expensive journey had come to an abrupt end. Still, officials said this raid had to be done.
The real world is not happy. I really think it was necessary. Happiness is another thing.
Later, authorities clashed with activists who were trying to save the camp and its refugees. Afterward, police brought in crews to demolish the facility, bulldozing tents and even chopping down trees that had been used to support the makeshift shelters. As for the migrants, officials said nearly half have agreed to return home, while the others are applying for asylum. Officials say there are still a number of smaller camps like this one in northern France. They promised to empty those later this week. Diane Kepley, The Associated Press.
The parents of an Ohio teenager who ran away to Orlando because she thought her life was in danger for converting from Islam to Christianity filed court papers Monday to get the case moved to Ohio.
The parents of an Ohio teenager who ran away from home because she thought she could be killed for converting from Islam to Christianity wants her court case moved back to Ohio. 17-year-old Rifka Barry is currently in foster care in Florida while her case is being reviewed. Her parents have filed a motion to have the case moved from Orlando to Columbus, Ohio. Barry's court-appointed advocate says she worries the case could be dismissed if it's moved to Ohio. A Florida judge says he will be consulting an Ohio judge about a jurisdictional transfer. Barry says she ran away from her parents' suburban Columbus home because she was afraid her parents would kill her for changing religions. But Florida authorities have not found any credible threats to back up that claim. An Ohio judge has set a hearing in the case for the end of next month. Sophia Manos, The Associated Press.
After more than 5 years of uncertainty, Cami Wilberger says she is grateful the man arrested in her daughter's abduction finally admitted his guilt and led police to her body.
Missing person posters are being taken down for Brooke Wilberger. More than 5 years after she disappeared, police in Oregon have finally located the remains of the 19-year-old college student. Wilberger was on summer break from Brigham Young University in 2004 when she was abducted from a parking lot in her native Oregon. The man charged in her killing, Joel Courtney, has pleaded guilty to murder and admitted raping Wilberger before bludgeoning her to death and hiding her body in the wilderness.
Oh, my gosh. Thank God.
While the news has brought closure to the community, the moment is bittersweet.
I just wish they could have found her alive, though. It's too bad.
In exchange for Courtney giving police information on where the body was located, prosecutors dropped the possibility of the death penalty. The 43-year-old was convicted of a similar abduction and rape in New Mexico in 2004. He'll serve out the remaining 18 years of that sentence before returning to Oregon to spend the rest of his life in prison. John Belmont, The Associated Press.
Illinois authorities say 5 members of a family in Beeson, Illinois, have been found slain in their home, and a search is underway for a suspect.
Upon arrival at the scene, 5 members of the Raymond G. family were found deceased in the residence.
A family is killed in a small Illinois town. A toddler survives a brutal homicide scene, and the hunt is on for the killer.
All the bodies have been removed from the residence and transported to Peoria for autopsies, which are occurring today. The cause of death will be determined at the autopsy.
Logan County Sheriff's deputies responded to a 911 call Monday afternoon in Beeson, Illinois. When they arrived at the home of Raymond and Ruth G., deputies found the couple dead, along with 3 children. In Tuesday's news conference, the sheriff said that a 3-year-old girl survived the attack, but authorities have not released any more details about her.
Leads have been developed and are being vigorously pursued.
Law enforcement officials are trying to identify a suspect. They characterize the crime scene as a brutal homicide and say the suspect is considered to be armed and dangerous. Diane Kepley, The Associated Press.
So we haven't got enough.